Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
So, last week worked out. So, I was kind of like double checking and checking everything. I think there was a couple bugs that I worked out, which I'm going to talk about on my What's New. But I'm liking the video. I'm liking it. So,
all right.
Yeah. So, Kyle, what's new? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good with you?
Well, it's kind of more of the same stuff
I
did last week.
More the same. Home improvement, getting some stuff going.
Yeah. So, I did lights. Actually, I put a new light in this room, so I don't know if that looks any better. I got rid of the fan that was in here because I figured that, like, if I'm going to run something, it'll be a small fan that's not, in the shot, spinning above.
Yeah.
Or I just run the AC. The AC,
Like, yeah, you got AC through the place, right?
Yeah, we got AC, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're lit up.
What do you think we're fucking dealing with here?
Yeah. You think this is like California where no one has AC?
Boom. When it would be nice if you did.
Yeah. So, I did lights, fans. I did 2 fans. I did outlets. Dude, pain in the ass. Like, my hands were like so freaking tired.
2 fans, too furious.
Yeah. I could have done like the standard, like, I don't know if you've ever done electro outlets before, but like you can either wrap the line, the incoming line around. I'll do a little, you wrap it around and then you screw it down and then lock it in place. Or you can wire it in the back where you just put the solid wire into the back of the outlet. Mm-hmm. And I would assume that's more secure, right?
Yeah.
But the wire gauge I have coming out of the wall is just a little too big. So I was having to, first I was like jam it in there with pliers. It was working, but my hands were so freaking tired. Yeah. Jamming. Yeah. Anyways, I don't listen.
I'm pushing wire.
So yeah, I was literally pushing it in there. I had, like, with pliers, grabbing it and pushing it with my hands. So tired, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I just got like a pin punch and just made the holes a little bit bigger on each one.
Yeah,
and then jammed it in there. It was perfect.
Yeah,
started working out great. You got to get it working for you. You know.
I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me. It's just a fan. You don't get so serious.
Calm down, man. You just chill out. So I did outlet covers and all that, everything. We changed over to decor. Everything looks really nice. There was like this nasty, ugly yellow. Everything was like that ivory color. It just looks dirty, right?
You know
what I mean? Like, the plugs
fixtures,
themselves.
Yeah.
Everything was just ugly. Now, and not all the rooms, but most, got a good chunk of them. They blend in with the walls. You don't even see them.
Yeah,
really great.
You can't find them. Yeah.
But there's the hallway. So somebody wired. They put three-way lights on it, right? Three-way switches, which I don't even understand how the fuck they work, really. But a 3-way switch, it's not like what you think, where it's like a 3-way toggle where it's like click, 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 click. It's
click, boom.
Literally just like a rocking switch, but you can have 2 of them, right, to control the same light. I don't know why they call it 3-way.
Okay.
I mean, I know what they call 3-ways. Other things called 3-ways. But
I'm gonna chrome.
So, anyways, when I turn, so the wiring's all fucked up. It was working before.
It's all fucky.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I tried to follow I look at pull the old plug. Okay, that wire goes there. This wire goes there. Boom. Plug it in, put the new one in, and I did the same thing with another one. Go to turn the lights on, and like one works, but the other one doesn't. But if the other one's on, this one works. And then I walk into this room, and I go to turn on my new light. I just turned on. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh shit!
It doesn't.
Okay.
So I had to. So the only way for this light to work now is if those lights are off in the hallway. So happens? I don't know. So I know. I think that the old lights for some reason were just configured differently on the switch, and I applied the same. Oh, we'll just put the black to the black, but it's wrong. So I know what I have to do, but I'm like, I work today. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. I told myself I'd work on it when I got home. I'm like, another day.
Yeah,
I did electrical all day today at work. I don't want to do it at home.
You're drinking early today.
Yeah. But I guess while working on that, to release the wire in these things, you gotta take a flathead screwdriver.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I was just putting it in there and just kind of wiggling it, and they're such old outlets, the plastic on the back would just shatter, right?
Yeah.
And I had one that was giving me fucking hell, and I did it, and it broke, and the screwdriver just went right, it slipped and went. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
My hands are gross, anyways, but gash on my freaking middle finger.
Yeah,
that's
you fucked that thing up.
It hurts. I mean, it doesn't hurt that bad. I cleaned it, and it's, I was actually playing guitar yesterday, and I didn't hang it up on anything.
Oh,
didn't
jeez, yeah.
run the wire through.
Well, I guess, yeah, you should be.
It's on the pad. Or
Yeah.
It's still on the pad, but I play right there. But damn, it hurt initially, and I looked at the screwdriver, had like flesh still on it. I'm like, oh fuck. Like took it off, and
it's with a screwdriver, not with like a blade or anything that's like super sharp. It was like this is. I mean, yeah, that'll get you with enough force, but it's like it's blunt. It's like you just jam that into your fucking finger.
It's like a jagged like cut. It's not like, I looked at it close. It's not like a straight. It found the easiest way through there. Like a river goes through a rock, like.
Yeah, it made its way through.
Yeah, and it's at an angle too. It's not even like straight on. It's like at an angle. So it's a little flap there, but that sucked. Yeah, but it's fine. I always wonder like how I've cut my fingers before, but I don't ever see scars on my fingertip, like on my like fingerprints. Right? You've cut your fingers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I'll look at it later once it's healed. But I don't know. Do your fingertips scar?
I think they have to.
This is like a Patreon topic, dude.
Yeah, I know. Even on your hands, I know I've like fucked them up because it's obviously if you like fall and you're landing on them.
Well, yeah, I have scars all up and down my my hands here, and
I have some pretty
knuckles and stuff.
Bad ones that are from. I have one that's just from a cat. My cat from like when I was in high school. I'm like, it's still like it's here, and I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can't tell, but
yeah,
it's like it looks like I'm like, wow, that would be a really cool story. No, it's just a cat. I was just fucking with them, and they just like gotcha, bitch, and I'm like, ah. It wasn't like deep and bleeding forever. It just like, got my skin at the right way that it just never healed to cover up that little scar.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like.
Anyways, I don't know. I thought it's interesting is that I don't ever see. Yeah, it must heal really, really easily. I don't know. Do your fingerprints change?
They shouldn't, right?
Huh?
They shouldn't, right?
Guess not.
Well, I think.
I don't know. I'm not a serial killer, but
I mean,
it depends on the answer to the question.
Yeah. Remember when you were first starting to play guitar, right? You would get just blisters, right?
Yeah.
I would play, and even like think of like video games. I would play sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Some of the ones where you had to put like the D-pad and like roll it or whatever.
Yeah, fingers turn red.
Oh, I would get blisters like where you'd have to pop them.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not playing for a couple days. Bullshit, I'm playing. I'm gonna pop that bitch
as I get home.
Playing.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
that's
so
a good point too.
I don't think I see any of those, and that's like that really just bursts the whole fucking skin, and then blisters on your fingers when you're playing.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, playing bass. It was, these two. I would get your when you're picking hand.
Never.
Yeah, I would get blisters on those.
This is my picking hand.
I play with a pick, you dumbass.
Yeah,
God made.
I ain't no bitch playing with
fingers.
Yeah, it's really hard actually. All right, so I guess I'm still in my what's new.
So I cut my finger.
Get out. Yeah. Anyway, so it really hurt. I cried only for 30 minutes.
So I cut my finger, and that was pretty bad. And then there was
here
some
we
lights.
are. Yep. That was like 2 days ago, so it's healing.
Well, you put the new light up in your place, right? And you were saying that like you got rid of the fan. And then it just really, you're like, wow, this room seems so much bigger without that fan.
Oh yeah,
down.
It's so weird. I like put it up, cleaned up, all the mess I made with the boxes and all that shit. And I walked out, I walked back, and I'm like, the fuck? It looks huge in here now. And this is the smallest room in the house.
Yeah.
Like it is a small room.
Just bought myself another couple feet.
It's
Square
like I don't think
footage,
it's
baby.
I don't even think it's like 10 feet wide. Like I think it's probably maybe 9 feet wide.
Yeah.
But then like 10 maybe this way.
Yeah.
So I can say this way now because it's like where we got video.
Yeah.
I don't have to say. Anyways.
Yeah. It's a small room and it's kind of just like, oh, it's cool. Computer,
nice
office room. Your office.
Yeah, it's nice to get. Yeah, it's where I get all my shit done.
You do no work in there.
No. It's nice to have that fan gone. I like having fans though, but I guess I don't need it in this room. But it looks huge.
Yeah,
it's like way taller.
So you can get a little like one of those exercise trampolines and start doing your workouts in there.
Yeah,
and not worry about hitting your head on the fan.
I think that fan came. I got really close. I think it was within like 3 or 4 inches from hitting my head, like the glass that hung down from it.
Yeah,
so it's pretty close still.
Yeah, felt like you're boxed in. You're like,
I guess I should say what kind of light I put in. I put like a really like maybe like inch high light off of the ceiling, so it's like almost not even there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a ring light.
Yeah.
But super exciting stuff.
It's just changing my life.
Yeah. So Carrie and I went on a little bit of a drive, and we went out to just some places that have like antiques and just I don't know, little towns that have almost like thrift store, like consignment shops. Got some goodies, dude.
Yeah,
got some good stuff.
You're just like Macklemore. You're just going and just thrift stores.
For one thing, you got this little watch right here. Look at that thing.
Next to Miku, you got the watch.
There's just a thumb tack there. I just hung it there, and it works. It's cool.
So it's a watch
clock.
Like it's a clock.
Yeah, it's like a Timex, an old school. The Miku, when you come, you can take that thing back. I don't want that.
Keep her there. I think it adds.
Put it in the bathroom.
Adds to the space.
I got this Dr. Pepper clock a while ago, but hung that up because you got to put two clocks next to
each other.
So, and I this thing works, but it's so fucking loud that it's like I didn't want to have it running in here, obviously when we're recording, and then like I could hear it running in the living room, which is it shares the wall.
Yeah,
but it's like it was really annoying. I don't know if you've ever heard like a clock in the middle of the night, drives you crazy. So I pulled the battery, but it works. We'll find a better spot for it. Maybe we'll go out in my work shop out there. Let's see.
You're like quitting time, boys.
Yeah, I should wear that thing.
I had like outside in your like little work shed. You're not getting any work done in there either.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, time for dinner, boys. It's like
dinner bell's blowing.
You just made a mess.
Yeah, I ain't cleaning that shit up.
That's for tomorrow's Kyle to deal with.
I got a food tray, but I'm gonna use it for like maybe if I start building things again, like parts, circuits and stuff.
Yeah,
put
it's
some
a meal tray.
parts.
No, you should just have it for meals.
Yeah. Mom, like I'm a child.
Yeah, you should only serve yourself meals in that. Like you buy yourself fast food and you put it in that tray to eat it.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's like it's actually a legit tray, dude. It's like really thick. It's like super durable. It's made here in Texas, dude.
Oh God, how could you not?
Yeah, how could I not get?
Tour's
like, not over. I got a couple more things.
Yeah. Let's see what else you got.
We got this crate here.
That's pretty cool. It's just a wooden box. But
yeah, it's got my cables in there.
Uh-huh.
I
like it.
It's got handles on it.
Uh-huh.
It's not as cool as Johnny. Johnny has one, but it's got SpongeBob on it. This one.
He put some SpongeBob stickers on there.
Yeah, when he was a kid, yeah.
But yeah, no.
I think he did it for his brother or something, but now he has that thing.
Yeah, a good storage. I always like a good little storage piece. You can get that thing good.
Well, I'm like tied to it with my headphones. Got this guy. So they have have it labeled as Luke Skywalker, but I don't think it's Luke Skywalker.
I think it's a Luke Skywalker action figure that you got.
Yeah. So it's pretty big.
Mhm.
You know? It's pretty, you know.
He's flying the
dancing.
X-Wing. Oh, you're like, all right.
Yeah. He had a gun, but the gun's gone. You know, it's kind of cool. Anyways, got it for, I think, like $5, so.
Yeah.
You know.
How could
And I have other Star Wars stuff that you left at my house, so.
Yeah, you got to bring that over so you can get a little Star Wars collection going.
Little Star Wars vignette, like, right on the wall.
Yeah.
You know?
Really spruce up the place.
Yeah.
You're like, you put it out in the living room, like, look at this. That's great.
My wife's like, just get rid of it, please.
Christ.
You know, what the fuck you think this is?
Spend all this time, like, making the place look good, and you just drill a shelf into the wall. I'm like, there you go. You put Star Wars figures.
Fuck up the drywall. Yeah, so we did like a adventure drive out to Llano, which is a little small town, which that's where I got all that stuff. And then we were looking at furniture and stuff, but we didn't really find anything that we liked. We made like a couple tables, like side tables.
Yeah.
And then, you know, got all that, you know, stuff that we didn't really need, you know, but it's like, oh, well, this place is going out of business. Let's just buy some, you know, old school. They don't make stuff like they used to, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Like that food tray. I'm like, can't get anything like this anymore. I'm like,
yeah, where am I going to find one of these? Why would you want to find one?
You're like,
I would,
what?
If it was like stainless, that'd be pretty cool too. I'd be stoked on that.
And then you get like a lunch table like you had in school, and you put it in your backyard, and you sit and eat lunch there every day.
Like the one that's like covered with linoleum, or like the vinyl, like the fake, I don't know, the plastic, whatever they are. I don't know.
Yeah, you invite a bunch of your friends over, and then you sit down, and then they all leave.
Have like Jello. Yeah, they're already sitting
You already
down.
tell them, like, this is what the scenario needs to be like. You leave, and then you just look, and it just plays the last song from the, you know, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get copyright on that one. And then we went to a town called Fredericksburg, which is a little town kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but it's like some German settlers settled it, and it's very German influenced, and like the buildings and the food. So it's kind of cool we stopped, had a beer out there.
Yeah.
Got like, you know, just, I don't know how authentic it is, but got, you know, some type of boiled meat or whatever from, no, I got, yeah, pretty much. I got
some Budweiser, so you know, that's German.
Yeah, not at all.
They like beer over there.
Wasn't he Austrian, actually?
I don't know. It's like
Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, what?
Anyways.
Why? Because it was an American beer.
Well,
Or a Bank of America kind of situation.
Pretty much. I mean, he's. You know what? Let's talk about that. No,
the joke is, I think like Bank of America, Kyle, like, you know, it's actually Bank of Italy.
I think it's Bank of Sicily or something.
And then it was.
Yeah.
It was something about like talking about the Queen of England, and then you were saying that it's not actually British.
Well,
right?
she's a figurehead, right?
Yeah, right.
But the family is German.
Yeah. And then I'm like, it's very Bank of America kind of situation going on there.
Bingo!
Exactly. Very Mario and Luigi kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
The real Nightmare Before Christmas, if you know what I'm saying.
What the fuck? You just start naming just random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, nice little drive out there. Got some good food, some beer.
There you go.
Yeah, and then, you know, came home, and that was it. Then hung up my shit. I'll tell you about that. I hung up that, and then I hung up that, and then, you know. Bam! So exciting.
Pointing to both clocks. You're like, on both clocks. Neither one of them are working because I have a phone.
Yeah. So I don't want them being loud.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my what's new. What do you got?
Let's see. I guess what's new? We did the Zoom worked out last week, the video. And so we switched from using Google Hangouts or Google Meet to now using Zoom, because what I'm doing is I'm taking the video from Zoom. It's you know, kind of has the audio already mixed into it, which is not the best quality. And then I take the Pro Tools session or the nice audio that I do and just sync it up in Final Cut. That's kind of what I wanted it for. But I guess there was like something weird with Zoom where it was recording my audio and your audio on the same virtual track. So like,
blame Zoom.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to work, so we just dealt with it last time. And I'm like, well, I'm not even using this audio. Kyle sends me his clean audio, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sync it up. I need just the 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and then I just delete it after that. So it was not that big a deal. Kyle was a trooper. He powered through. There was like some like echo stopping or whatever. Last time I'm sure we kind of stepped on each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
But okay, I think I got it squared away, and it was not easy at all. I think because Zoom is meant to be super easy, that they kind of like don't give you a lot of options to change things as far as audio or whatever, which is fine because they want to just, hey, make it work and make it easy and just go for it. I'm like, okay, well, I need to change this audio issue. How do I get it? And every time you search something, it doesn't bring it up. It's just like, how Zoom's not recognizing my microphone. No, it is. It recognizes my interface, but it's sending the fucking incoming audio to mic 1.
How do I change my filter?
Exactly. Yeah, dumb shit like that. I'm like,
I figured out, everybody. It's like, that's not even the question I was looking for.
And then I'm like, okay.
I do want to know that.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, let me make it more specific. If I can make it to UAD stuff, that's going to be people who are using my Apollo, which that's the interface I have. I'm like, okay, these are probably people who are audio files in, whatever. And so they'll be more
into audio.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh God.
It's like
Jesus
ASMR
Christ,
that's what they call them for ASMR. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, these people would know. So YouTube it. I'm like, okay. Watch the video. I'm like, and this person is kind of just set up like, okay, he's got one of the really big U audio setups where it's like he's got like a bunch of the Apollo 16s or whatever. Like he's got like 3 of them set up. He's like, but I also use this for Zoom. I'm like, that's overkill. Like 32 channels on his mix console. I'm like, okay, well, I only have 2. And then I have the 2 virtual ones. Can I make this work? And so I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah. And it's super easy. You just click this setting and that setting, and then it works. And I'm like, that's exactly what I have. Make sure to go to your sound setup in Apple and make sure that it's choosing the Thunderbolt Apollo. I'm like, it fucking is. And he's like, and that's today's video. Bye.
Yeah. Suck a dick. Bye.
And I'm like, okay. I went deep dive into all the different settings in my Apple sound preferences and stuff like that, and thinking that like maybe something's fucked up or whatever. And it reminded me of that Birthday Boys sketch, sketch comedy group where they just said like, oh, this is how easy it is to do all these things. Like, all right, to go fishing, you just cast a line, pull the fish back, cast the line, pull the fish back. He just like one move, throw that, and then pulls the fish. He just has like 10 fish he pulls like in under like 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's like, what you want to do? You're golfing is you want to make sure your hips are nice and level, make sure your elbows nice and straight. You want to hit that right into the hole, and you want to do that 18 more times, or you want to do that 17 more times.
17 more times,
perfect score.
And then perfect. Exactly. He just hits a hole in one, just does not do anything. All right. So what you want to do is you want to have your Zoom audio working really well. Here we go. It works. And I'm like,
it's working for me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it didn't show anything. I'm like, okay. So I looked at another one, and I'm trying to type in. I'm like, okay. And then it's like a bunch of videos on YouTube about how to do music streaming if you're like doing like this guy was like a producer showing how to do that. It's like, okay, you can use Zoom to live cast how you're mixing and shit like that, and you're playing a concert, and you can do that for live stream concerts and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to send 16 fucking channels. I want to send the one, and I'm trying to get Kyle's incoming channel on his own. I'm like, why is it mixing it with my vocal on the virtual channel? I couldn't get that, and I'm like, I'm trying to word it different ways. I'm like, okay, this guy has a U audio, he has Zoom, he has a Mac. It's another guy, he has the same fucking thing, and then it was nothing of what I wanted. And I was just about to click off of it because it was a video. It was like the 3rd one by this point that I saw, and it was saying like, oh yeah, you need to get another software that you route all your fucking channels on, then send that to Zoom and have. I'm like, I don't want to get another fuck. There's no way that this doesn't. And I was like getting pissed. You know, you just
the very end of the video, he says it but backwards. It's
no,
like,
and then I'm like,
and the clue to get it is you don't do that. And
well, and then it's like a separate. Like, I don't want to get another separate fucking software. There's no way that this. I don't know why this isn't fucking working. I am only using one channel, my mic, and I want your one channel. Why did this work for Google but not for Zoom? I'm like, just tear my fucking hair out.
I've gotten frustrated before on just watching tutorials like that too, where it's like you're actually trying to learn something, and the guy's like, you know, maybe this is his like 20th video, so maybe you need to watch every video to catch exactly what he's doing. But
link in the description for this video that I have here. And I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I've done most. So this is an animation one I had done where it's like, you know, I've set the scene already, and I had revisited this. I was like, oh, I want to finish this animation. So I have the person running perfectly, and then something's wrong. I'm like, so I tried watching the video again, the tutorial, and he's like, yeah. So what you want to do is you click this, and then you're done. I'm like, no, go back. You have to like.
I'll pause it to like, okay, is my setting the same? And I just like matched him back and forth. And
the guy was hotkeying things. I'm like, okay, tell me what you're opening. Because like, okay, you hit F3 and then you do this, and I'm like, what? F3 doesn't do the same thing I have. Like, I have to watch your video on you setting up your hotkey. Great. And then I got to watch the video of you working that module, because like they're almost like pedal situation where you do this, that you have 4 things, and it routes it through the image, and it changes the color or the texture of the thing.
Exactly. Like, it's like photography or videography. Like, it's like if you change one thing, it's gonna edit the parameters of something else that you have to change. And
then everything just happens. And it's like, I'm gonna scan. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay. Then texture. Okay. And this is what you want for your texture. And then like, I'm not getting any of that. What the fuck? Anyways, keep going.
Well, I was just like getting more pissed. I was like about to download another software. I'm like, this is a free version. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm gonna be running fucking Pro Tools, Zoom, my U Audio console, and then another fucking like routing
and
software?
Crunchyroll probably.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm doing. Yeah, just have it on the go for screen share.
You're watching this. Yeah, you accidentally screen share. What the fuck are you doing over there? Oh, nothing.
I'm watching Demon Slayer. Anyway, I was just getting more pissed. I'm like, there's no fucking way that I have to do. And then the last like 30 seconds of the video, he's like, oh yeah, and also this is super important. Make sure you have these settings done on your U Audio console. It's the routing for the outputs. So instead of going to my monitors and headphones, which it normally is, for everything fucking else, it's totally fine. So my virtual, like, or yours is a loop, I think it's called for Focusrite.
Yeah.
So it's whatever is incoming on your computer. It's called like a virtual, like 1 and 2 is left and right channel. He's like, oh, make sure that your main output is your virtual. I'm like, that was it. That was what I wanted. God. And it totally works.
Lead with that.
Well, because it was on something for music production and music, streaming, which is not something that I want to do. It's for podcasting. But anyways, so hopefully somebody, maybe they have the same setup that I have. Click to 30 minutes into the podcast and I'll tell you. So just make sure your main outs are your virtual 1 and 2. And then now I'm getting Kyle's clean audio coming in case it was like a thing where it's like Kyle couldn't send me audio.
If I wouldn't.
Well, there's sometimes people don't have the means to record. Yeah. And sometimes people record shitty tracks and send them to me.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. Where somebody has sent me like over the Meet, or the Google Meet has sent me their microphone audio, but they recorded laptop audio, and then they sent me laptop audio. This was not just one person, so Andrew, it wasn't just you. So don't, So, but it works out if I have the good audio coming in. At least it's better than just a room laptop that's like across the table. So if I was reliant only on that, then say I would have my vocal track mixed with the incoming one, which is fine, but it's not the best sound. Which for a podcast, I like having the best sound that I can. it's not the biggest deal. I've listened to podcasts where it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Like I know, like there's an old, old Matt and Shane where half their episode was recorded with laptop audio because Matt forgot to click the right, and they left
right settings.
Yeah, and it was still fine, totally fine. Anyways, so it's working now. It was just like a little fucking couple clicks.
Yeah, and make sure that you're proud of the.
Yeah, and they didn't lead with that because I'm sure they were probably like, oh yeah, I mean, you already know this. I'm like, no, I don't. That's why I'm watching these fucking videos.
Was a guy on a couple barley pops, a little bit.
So I was
a couple wobble pops.
But yeah, it's not. Now that I know, it's okay, cool. I can switch back, and then it's weird too because I had to switch it back to the old way if I want to listen to anything, on my Apollo and Yamaha speakers. Which is fine. Man. I'd rather do that than buy another fucking set of software and not know what the hell I'm doing.
Or run it the whole time. Something else.
Yeah. And then I even just like, because I like Google Meet. It was fine, but it was like to get what I wanted out of it, it was going to be such a pain in the ass and a little bit less than what Zoom is. But I'm like, I don't want your business.com, Google business tools and shit like that. I just want the fucking video with audio. Anyway, so that's me dealing with that. So I was just getting pissed at my computer and recording and DAW and all this shit like that. And it's more of a thing too. It's like, you got to keep fucking with it. And sometimes it's not always just, don't give up. Don't give up, folks. Well, sometimes the answer is out there.
What are you, Winston Churchill over here with your inspirational words?
Yeah.
Never give up.
Never give up. Never surrender.
That's a different thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So that was that. That was me dealing with like recording issues and stuff like that. So far, so good. I'm liking it. I think we got a good thing going on here. I like it. It's awesome. So anyway, so there's that, and then my glasses situation here. I still have the broken glasses here.
Well, here's a question. This is probably what everyone's wondering. Why don't you just get new arms? Come on.
I am totally fine with getting new glasses. It's time, Kyle.
Yeah,
it's time.
It's
13 years later. Go. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let.
They're not even mine.
Yeah, you gotta let a sleeping dog lie, or is that
sure
something?
Maybe don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Exactly. It's very Mario and Luigi kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a real Tim Allen kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? And you can just throw anything out there. You're like, I guess. So
yeah,
I was looking at my. I got a optometrist appointment set for tomorrow, and that was a bitch to get a hold of that guy. Very extended New Year's break.
Dude's off the Ibiza coast, still partying up.
Yeah, let's get this
glamorous life.
You want laser surgery?
Glamorous life of an optometrist.
Yeah,
like yachts and stuff, probably.
Yeah, so. Like I said, get new prescription done and then get new frames. And I was looking into the frames that I had, and I think I mentioned it last time. The model number that I have is the 5150. It's easy to remember. And I looked on my glasses, and I'm like, that is the number, the Ray-Bans glasses. And then I typed it up to see if they're still around or they were discontinued or something like that. And turns out for the past 13 years, I have been wearing women's frames.
It looks good on you, though.
Yeah, well, which is it's fine, but it's like it's for me. I always knew that I had a strong anima, I had a very strong femme energy. Hey,
yeah.
I always knew that about myself.
I knew where it came from.
Yeah, it's just from my shades, or not my shades, my specs. So it's I was kind of like, it's like it's a Seinfeld joke where it's like. George picks out new glasses, and he says, like, the ones he picks out, like, he's like, oh, everybody makes the joke. He's like, oh, may I have one of those? Like, he's eating like crackers. He's like, may I have one of those, madam? What? Your glasses? They're ladies' frames.
They just look like regular glasses, but everyone else can tell that they're.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he sees that it was like some like a woman's name. Like collection was the name of the he's like, these are women's glasses. So he goes, he's like, you sold me ladies frames. So that was just a joke, and I was texting Andrew about it from the Second Podcast. Shout out. It's our Seinfeld podcast. I'm like, oh, I was doing a George thing, and I didn't even know. I'm like, I am George, just with a little less hair, I guess.
Everyone's George.
Yeah,
everyone's
just a neurotic fucking asshole mess.
Maybe not to that extent, but
just getting
a little George.
Yeah, a little George in all of us, getting in your own way. I got a little Kramer in me too sometimes. After a couple of these White Claws.
Your wobble pops get you in there.
Yeah. So, I was like, and then I was like, oh, I got this bit going. Let me make my rounds with it. And somebody was asking, because I've been wearing like sunglasses at work, and then I've been kind of trying to make the glasses work, but sometimes they'll fall off, or they look like just look like Nutty Professor kind of deal. And then so I was wearing them at work. It's like, oh, did you get your glasses? Fixed or get new glasses? I'm like, no, these are still the old ones. I'm kind of trying to make it work because I can't just wear it is still tough to wear sunglasses indoors. It's like not just looking like a dickhead, but
or a vampire,
or like I'm a big fan of The Matrix, apparently. So, I'm like, oh no, actually, I have my appointment set, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I need to get new glasses. I need to figure out which ones to get. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna get the same ones, but I'll get something similar. And I said like, oh, it turns out actually the past 13 years, I've been wearing women's glasses, like ladies' frames. And then a coworker, she kind of made a joke back. She's like, oh, that's probably why they broke. You need some stronger, man frames. And I was like, excuse me? Are you saying women aren't strong? And she's like, she's like, oh, damn it. Jeez. She just like exhales like, I'm like, I'm just teasing you, but it's like to like jokingly outwoke somebody else. I'm like, excuse me? These lasted for 13 years. I think they're stronger than more men's frames. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. But I'm going to get something similar, but I was just looking, I'm like, okay, I don't think it's that big a deal to get, men's versus women's frames, but it is, I have a big ass dome. So I've been fucking blowing these glasses out. So I probably going to get the biggest men's frames that they have. Cause I have like a Hey Arnold head. It's really, really wide. So it was, let's see if I can screen
share.
These
are 5517s, or maybe there's so many numbers in here. 7119s.
These are the ones I want to get are 52 28s. 28. These look cool, right?
Yeah.
Look pretty similar to the ones I have already. So it's looking at getting those. So I like that we screen share. Pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah. So don't click on any of those tabs, please.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's so far my glasses journey, and then just getting pissed off at fucking Zoom. I'm too. Oh, like you're just teetering. I'm like, I'm so fucking pissed at this goddamn thing. But yeah, I think because I'm so stupid, tech, it can easily get me just derailed and angry. I know what I want, and I don't know how to search for it. In a way, I'm like, microphone coming in, audio track. And like, Google's like, fuck, I don't know what the hell you want.
God, we're trying here, dude. Calm down.
Give me a second here. It's like,
we have a million supercomputers here.
It's just like the hard, they're just smoking the servers. I'm like, oh, you searched this. Okay, so that's enough of what's news. Let's hit a topic. What do you say?
Let's do it.
I was texting you about a California-based rig versus a Texas one. So it's companies that are based in California and companies that are based in Texas. So if you could do a whole Texas rig, and I could do a whole California one.
Like big rigs, right? Like semi-trucks?
Yeah, semi-trucks. I want a big old rig. I want the Sylvester Tweety Bird mud flaps.
Oh, yeah.
Back off. Well, it was just like a guitar rig, probably, or bass, I guess. I chose.
Yeah,
I chose.
I did guitar.
I did guitar. So it was kind of we were going back and forth, and you were kind of like thinking like, oh, this might be tough because for Texas, you were like, I can't off the top of your head couldn't think of a lot of them.
Yeah,
it was like the text thread that we got. It's wild. It's like 7 a.m. I was texting you.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Actually, it's like 9 here then.
Yeah, like I fucking should be
Just
at work
waking
right
up.
now. I should be at work. So I'm like, okay, this was in my brain, and then I'm like, okay, it's true that there's a lot. I can already think of tons of California ones. You could just fucking like have a whole fucking Fender Ernie Ball.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Ernie Ball, Fender,
Mesa.
fuck, dude, so many.
Yeah. And that's
Marshall.
They're not. I'm like, do they have any offices? Probably.
Yeah.
But
they have a corporate office. They have an HR division.
Yeah,
there.
and these are like it could be things, essentially I wanted it to be like made in these states, but it could be like they're based out of there. It could be like, I don't know, like PV. I don't know where they're based out of, but that could be one if it was like whatever state you chose. I think Tennessee maybe. Whatever. So I was thinking about that, and I'm like, okay, he's right. There's a lot of California ones, and it could just be boring. So I wanted to dip into San Diego County only for my rig.
Yeah.
So I'm like, to make it a little spicier, and I do a little bit more research. And this actually wasn't too bad because a lot of these were already on my radar. So do you want to go? I kind of just have mine out of order. It's just like a bunch of brands. What about for, maybe we can just do this. Okay. What about for guitars? What would you have for guitar? It doesn't have to be like this. I don't really have a specific one. But anyways, for guitars, what would you choose? What could you choose?
So I came across, and I think you've seen this company before. I'm not sure if I saw them at NAMM or if just online and stuff, but Collins guitar.
The Collings? Or Collins?
Collings, yeah, sorry. Collings.
Those are rad. Those are great.
So
like,
they
those
have
are
a
like
lot of
very
semi-hollow.
Fancy ones, right?
Yeah.
And not
they have a
cheap
lot of,
either.
Yeah.
And they like $7-8 grand or something.
Yeah, so the big full bodied, yeah, that's just the baseline.
The down payment.
Yeah, they have a loan officer in there. Yeah.
Mortgage your house.
Yeah. So I looked at a couple of guitars. They have some solid guitar. They usually follow that Gibson kind of look.
Yeah.
So they had like they have juniors like SGs, not SGs, sorry,
Les Paul Juniors.
Les Paul Juniors style, and they had a couple like double cutaways and just like single cutaways. So I thought those were kind of cool.
Do they have the do they do like carved top or so like the kind of your basic Les Paul that has
standard
like
Les Paul?
That's not just flat.
They do, but they looked kind of ugly and offset a little bit.
What the headstocks are? I remember
they're just kind of like a bump, I think. Kind of like,
yeah. Okay.
Kind of like
yeah.
Collins guitars. Let me see. Yeah, they have some Gibson style, but they're a little more offset. They look.
Why don't you share that screen?
Okay, hold on. Let me find their website here.
Let me close these tabs first.
Yeah, hold on.
I was when they were like during the beginning of the pandemic, it was Tasteless Gentleman would do Zoom, and it was funny when Scoop was sharing his screen. He had a bunch of like open tabs that were like all like porn sites and like dating, like black people dates or whatever, and then he's like, jeez. Yeah, in the chat we're getting a bunch of Scoop, you should hide your tabs. He's like, oh no, I didn't even know those over there. Wink. I was like, that was the joke. It's kind of okay. Those are cool. I like those. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe these aren't really offset. They have some F holes, but I think there's some other ones that I think I was really thinking of. So, yeah, Gibson-esque.
So the 290. Okay,
these ones kind of really caught me. I know you're not really a double cutaway guy, but these were that offset kind of look.
Okay, yeah. So they kind of junior, kind of special looking ones.
Let's see that price you were talking about. They don't have it listed, obviously. Why would they?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they have.
So this was kind of a cool one, but they have their larger semi-hollows that I was kind of like, when I first saw them, I'm like, oh, jeez. No,
it's totally like a 335 kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to share a couple guitars that you...
let's see. I was just thinking there's actually a shit ton in San Diego. So
yeah.
I guess I could maybe try pulling these up. So there's Madrid guitars.
Madrid, Kiesel.
Madrid. Yeah, there's
Ma-
yeah, Kiesel for sure, and I think people are familiar with that brand. I can't even type Madrid.
You had High Spirit, right?
Yeah, so those guys, kind of one of the techs that works at Moe's. He
has his own company.
Yeah, and then he's I think sent he sent one to Ryan Burke at 60 Cycle, and so it's popular. You can check it out on that. So these ones are a little bit more funky, kind of like he does a lot of
60s look.
Exactly. So the Madrid guitars, so the Kontiki, let's see, it's I think was it the guy from Rocket from the Crypt? Who's that guy? He's got the Swami guy.
Is his name Ryan something or?
Who
cares? Who cares?
Fucking gives a shit. But yeah, he plays it. John Reese.
There it is. That's where the R was coming from. Reese.
Yeah.
Not Ryan. I was close. No,
yeah.
Not at all.
I was too close, man.
Too close.
All right. There we go. Let's do. Okay. But maybe I'll cut this up for the audio. But okay. So High Spirit guitars. So that's on 60 Cycle. He sent Ryan Burke. He kind of did. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Oh, nice.
The Flamingo,
cool.
the Hawk guitars. Yeah, those
are awesome.
Seen these at NAMM.
that one. That one looks cool. I love the lines on that. It's kind of like Batman-esque.
Yeah. So this is another like kind of 60s inspired kind of brand, and they're out of La Mesa. So some Telly style, some like kind of more like Gibson inspired ones. So those are guitars, and then there's obviously Kiesel, which people are familiar. They kind of do that, I guess more modern metal-ish kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then Taylor guitars in El Cajon.
Oh yeah, totally forgot about Taylor.
I would. I mean, if I'm doing it, I probably would Kiesel or the High Spirit. So I'd probably get a Kiesel, just like super modern one. The Aries one. So it's kind of just like the Strat shape, but it's they do Evertune there. So if I wanted to keep my own thing going, I could do that. Or if I wanted to try something a little different, I would go with the High Spirit guitars. And the prices aren't too bad on those. I think you can get some more basic ones, and they're like closer to $1,200. And the guy makes them all, and he does the pickups and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then Taylor guitars. Come on, acoustic. You're done. So that's kind of my guitars done. Oh, and then one, which is I guess it'll be more for my pedals, but Iconic guitars. They do like kind of more high end Sur-ish.
Oh, really?
Like your Strats, Tellys, kind of. It's kind of like that T style, S style guitars.
Yeah.
That they do. They're all out of Carlsbad. So
nice.
Those would be cool. Just not super unique. Like if you really wanted a Telly style guitar but didn't want a Fender, you can get one of those. But so that's guitars for me. What about do you want to do amps or pedals next?
Let's do amps.
Okay. So for your amp, so you got your Collings, and then you're gonna go Collings for your amp.
And then out of Houston, there is Steamboat Amps. Steamboat. So I was looking at the Steamboat Classic 50. So they offer it in a couple different configurations, either as a head or a combo. I thought was kind of interesting is they have like a 210 or a 110. Or sorry, a 112.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
have
cool.
heard of these guys. I think we follow them.
Yeah.
And then they used to have a podcast. I think it was. Fuck, I don't remember what the hell it was. It was based out of, like, it was one of the guys from Steamboat Amp Works and some other kind of stoner dude.
Yeah.
They would kind of do more like a history of a brand.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
I fucking forgot the name of it. But, I mean, they were kind of a fun listen if you were interested in the brand.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to maybe addendum, put the link in the description.
What I thought was cool was it allows you to change out all these different tubes. So
okay, yeah,
you can change to these other tubes, and they tell you you can do 6v6s, but you're gonna drop your wattage.
Yeah.
20 watts is still gonna be freaking loud. But yeah, I thought it's kind of cool because they have like the biasing. I think there's auto, easy, whatever it is. It's just kind of cool, customizable.
Yeah.
You can kind of change the way you want it to sound, and
Kind of a pretty simple design too. It's like here's your volume, you got your gain, you got your tone. I like that.
Yeah, and it looks like for the most part you can do custom like Tolex and stuff on it. So, and I don't know what they really sound like, but I just thought it was cool. They're based out of Houston. And I didn't really read into what they are based off of. So that's probably another American looker here, I guess. American to British style. But, anyways.
Okay, cool. And you can do solid state rectifier or switch to tube. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like kind of like the take on the classic amp, right?
Yeah. And they have other amps too. And there were some other like smaller manufacturers. They look like they were out of their garages. I think these guys actually have a storefront.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I picked them. I wasn't trying to go for super. Not that anything's wrong with that. These guys just have a higher visibility, I guess.
So a cool thing about that brand, so from the podcast, which I don't fucking remember, they actually have a lot of these amps, at least at the time when they had the podcast, you could rent like backlines of Steamboat amps. So they would even help support shows where they provided the backline. And so you would have like a whole bass rig, a couple guitar rigs. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I think that was a good idea too, especially like promoting their brand of like, okay, one, we help sponsor the show, put it on, and then bands don't have to all bring their fucking amps. And then they get to try the Steamboat amps. So, which they're up there.
Yeah, that's the bass amp.
The bass amp is 3350. Yep.
Yeah.
300 watts. Yeah, that'll be up
with
there.
the XLR upgrade. Oh, it's not that much to get it.
Yeah, which you kind of would want it. Might as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like you do custom colors also on it, so that looks rad. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is my bass. Or no, sorry, that's my amp.
Yeah. I would do the satellite amps.
Yep.
So, I was thinking about this topic more last night when you're just on Reverb or you're just looking at gear, which I don't need, right?
Yeah.
Not even in like playing guitar in a band, but I was thinking, I remember like an early episode with Austin Mon, Osmo. Yeah. He was like, I'm surprised that you don't play a satellite. It's like, you kind of seem like you would be the guy to do that. And at the time, for what I was going for with playing, I wanted a lot of options to do like the send returns. So 4-cable method, wanted high gain, wanted all this shit on there. And then now like I've not even playing in a band, but I'm like romanticizing the idea of just going like more simple.
Yeah.
One guitar, maybe a couple pedals, and then just an amp that is like volume tone, right? I'm a simple man, just want to play rock and roll, man. God, this is like dreams that I have. And that satellite could totally work for that. And again, these are also not cheap amps. The one I would want is probably the flagship one, which is the Atom, which is 36 watts, EL84s from like, never played one. From what I'm sure I could probably go to the shop and try it, but I'm not gonna be like, hey man, I have no money. Can I try your fucking amps?
Yeah.
The guy's nice enough, but it's not nice enough to like, can you waste my fucking time?
Yeah.
Thinking about it, buying one, maybe. I'll talk about it on my podcast. He's like, can you just fucking go away?
Can you
lose
leave?
My number? So yeah, I've heard that that's kind of like it's not really AC 30 style, even though with the EL84 or EL84s, it's it's got, definitely more kind of like that, like Valco style amps, like kind of like the Silvertone ones. It's kind of like that, just like more power and just like just an amp that's just like when you really get it cooking, and the distortion is like an amp that's like ready to explode. Does the custom colors kind of deal, right? And they're pretty.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty simple. It's just the volume and tone, and you have the input. It does have a switchable 16, 8, and 4 ohms, which is kind of cool because sometimes some amps only have the 16, or the 8 if you had a 4-ohm cab, like a lot of the older Fenders, like those cabs would be the 4-ohms. I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool. And I'm like, got me thinking. I'm like, I was looking on Reverb. I saw one for like $1,600, $1,500. I'm like, all right, that'd be kind of. I don't need it. Let me play in a band first, and if I ever get the itch to try something different, maybe. But I was thinking, like, that's why I kind of thought, like, what if there's so many great brands here in San Diego. I'm like, what if I made a whole rig of just fucking San Diego stuff? They would all be like, thanks for your money, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Thanks, dude. But yeah, so that's the amp. It would be the Atom. Which is like, he's got a bunch of other ones which are lower wattage and more wattage too. 36 is a lot, but I think he's got one that's like 200 watts. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Why? So that would be the amp, and I'd probably, if I ever did get one, I would see, because he does, some custom shit. I would get him like, what is the loudest like bright pink sparkle that you can give me on that deal? So, but yeah, that's what I would do. What about effects, pedals? Would you have?
Oh man! All right, let me share. Should I share? This has been a lot. I was trying to do a lot of work, just bringing them up all on the screen here. Let's see. All right, so this one, a little controversial. It's the Dallas Rangemaster.
Were those made in Texas?
Nope.
But
British pedal company.
They're British, yeah. But Dallas in the name.
Yeah, it's not really a pedal. It's not really a pedal either. Maybe this one is. But anyways, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is the Kickbox Clean Boost. This is actually from their website. It looks like they did this GeoCities or something.
Yeah.
And it's not secure.
GeoCities.virus.
I'll try that one.
.ru/virus.
Yeah, RU. Yeah, so it's just a clean boost out of Austin. I just thought,
all right, that's cool. Austin tube amps, right?
Yeah. So I guess I could have gone to their web. Yeah, Austin tube amps. I don't know what else they make, but
Texas
let's see
Tone
here.
Amps. All right, Texas Tone. Okay, I guess that's the name of it. Is Texas Tone.
Texas Tone.
Oh my god! How could you even not get
all
that?
It's like Texas Toast, dude.
What other pedals do they have? Oh, they got combos.
That's the only pedal I saw actually. Really? Maybe I'm wrong, but there's a preamp. Okay, so they do
with the actual tube in it. All right.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they don't even have the. Okay, there's the kick. Okay, so
yeah, that's cool.
They could do 2. All right, let's get rid of that one. It's probably nothing to that boost. This one, they had a couple other things. So this is the
Screamin'
FX, and this is out of, I think, Austin also. Yep, Austin.
That's cool. I've actually never heard of either one of those.
Yeah, neither did I. Just Google for you.
Yeah.
So this is the
Euverbia brands for a topic. Yep.
Yeah. I'm just steamrolling all these. Let's just get through this. No, just kidding. This is the Euverbia Spring Reverb.
It's a reverb tank. That's cool.
Yeah, looks kind of pricey.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's an actual reverb tank.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's click it. I don't want to watch the video. Anyways, you can watch it on your own, everybody.
Your own research, people.
They have, and I also list this one to the Betrayer Transparent Distortion. I've never heard of a transparent distortion. I've always heard transparent overdrive, right? So I thought it was kind of interesting.
308 op amp.
Yeah.
Which
I don't know what else
the
has
rat
that
kind of deal, right?
308. Yeah, I think you're right.
Or the LM308.
Yep, you're right. LM308. So it's just a rat.
Yeah.
Does it have a rat on it? The graphic? Nope. It's got someone screaming.
Yep.
Duh. And then they have like 3 fuzz pedals. They all, 1954, 1948, and another 54. That's a transparent fuzz, apparently. Okay. So it's like a fuzz face. Okay. So this is what I thought was kind of interesting. It's a fuzz safe buffer. Tunable buffer.
Okay, fixes the wah before fuzz problem. All right, that's cool. It's a cool company. Screaming Effects. All right, we're getting there. We're learning more shit. I like it.
Yeah. And then This one is there. Where'd it go? No, I don't want to go to the damn website. Anyways, yeah, we'll go here. All right, so it's just called Texas Screamer from Johnny Winter. I have no idea what the fuck it is. And I don't know what the graphic is, but it said Texas on it. So
it says Texas Screamer, but it looks like a dragon?
Yes, like a Chinese New Year dragon.
From Big Joe Stomp Company. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Joe Stomp. Yeah, exactly.
Big Joe Stomp.
I did have some. Oh, I have the. Didn't look it up. I can look at my shitty list here. Let's see. The billionaire, the Texas billionaire, whatever, Pride of Texas. There you go.
Oh yeah,
from fucking Dan Electro.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah, that's probably a tube screamer, right? Probably.
I think so. Let's see. I'll pull my phone.
Is what the fuck is his name? Stevie Ray Vaughan. Is he Texas?
Yes, he is.
Okay,
he was born. He was born here.
Yeah. So there you go. Basically, they're gonna have a bunch of fucking tube screamers, and you're like, hell yeah,
hell yeah, we're out our ass here.
Yeah, just
and then they had a special edition also of that, so I gotta double this up. It's called Texas Trouble. So it is literally just the same colors but reversed.
Okay.
On it, and it's still an overdrive. It's nothing.
Nothing different. It just
no. There's
but it's just anything that has like Texas in the name.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we're going with this now. And this doesn't even have Texas in the name. It's just a Texas flag. But I need a Texas flag guitar strap.
Yeah.
Come on. And then you need Texas flag picks. And those, I know it went off the rails. No, those weren't pedals, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had one more pedal, and it was just for this. It's called the Texas Twang.
Okay.
And no idea what the hell it is. It's just the Texas. It's a take on a Texas Ranger from Cesar Diaz.
All right.
Diaz. I can't say Cesar Diaz. Anyways.
Yeah.
It has it had the Texas flag on it and the Texas shape.
Yeah.
Made in China.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you got? And you don't have to run off the rails like me because that's my job.
So, let's see. How do I? Okay. Let's see.
Go.
I guess. I'm not gonna share my screen. Fuck it. There's a company.
Yeah, this is a lot of work.
Yeah. There's a company called Good Rich Pedals. They have like a really fancy volume like pedal.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing them at NAMM, and I'm like, oh, they're right here in San Diego. But they also have I would get one of the volume pedals because it's like, okay, I think that's like the most pro fucking one that you can get, or
yeah.
And then I think they're really expensive. Probably really good. And then they have,
looking at them now. Damn.
They do have the Baby Bloomer, which is a preamp pedal. So it's kind of a preamp pedal and a boost. It's like what's it, the EP booster kind of deal where it adds like a little bit of a, special sauce to your and some dB to your gain. Yeah. So I would get one of those. The preamp pedal adds thick harmonic character. So it was kind of like I did like the EP preamp pedal when I would use it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar to that deal. So those would be my some of my pedals there. And then I had mentioned earlier, Iconic Guitars out of Carlsbad. They have the Ice Cream pedal, which is it's a tube screamer.
Nice.
A little bit more options on it, but it's an ice cream, right? It's a tube screamer. So you can't go wrong with one of those. Kick that into the front of that fucking satellite. And then one of the last ones here, Mutron. They're
that's right.
In Encinitas. So I got, I would get the, a newer one. I would get the Phasor 3, which is just like, I played one of the old school phasers or phasors that Johnny had. Well, obviously they're going to be different, but they're probably comparable in sound. That sounded awesome. It's awesome. Great fucking sounding like phaser. I sing the praises of how like the Phase 90 is my favorite, and then I'm like, yeah, and how like the vintage, love for vintage gear or whatever. I'm like, that one's worth it. I wouldn't buy it, but Johnny owns it. I'm like, that's a good one.
It's worth it to borrow.
Yes.
To go knock
Johnny,
on his door.
Keep that one so that I could borrow it. But I would get one of the newer phasors, and then I wouldn't go nuts. I don't think I really need, for my new rock setup that I want to get. I want to be a rock and roller, huh?
Yeah.
Not gonna worry about reverb. Not gonna worry about delay. I guess
what?
Reverb Satellite also makes a tube reverb unit. So like
a
the Fender
tank.
ones, reverb tank kind of
Yeah.
unit. So I can get one of those if I want a reverb. But for my rock and roll dream that I have here, I'm just gonna do boost, preamp, phaser, volume pedal. Done. Probably don't even need the volume, but I still like that. Like get like little cleaner tones out of there, and that's it. That's my San Diego rig. It's California San Diego rig.
Yeah.
And then
That's
if I
cool.
really get California, I can get Ernie Ball straps and Ernie Ball strings. Boom, done.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
If you guys want to, listeners, if you guys want to build your own, where you're from, either your city or state or whatever.
Yeah, and
can't be from Nashville though. Doesn't work.
I think that would
Can't
be a
be
good
from
one.
Corona, California. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I think from your state, in the group, like put your rig. So wherever
country,
wherever you're from,
you know.
or if you're not even from there, you can just choose one. Like I choose fucking Alaska.
pick one.
If somebody can come up with Alaska rig, let me know.
Damn.
But yeah, let us know in the group. Yeah, or even I guess if you're not in the group, Instagram, or you can I guess email us at thetonjerks@gmail.com. So some people aren't on either social media, but we could maybe share it. Either way, let's get on out of here. It was a little bit longer one, and I'll try and cut it up so it's not so choppy audio wise. But video, check it out on YouTube. The youtube.com/thetonjerks. We're getting the video going. I'm getting too ahead of myself here. Just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We have an Instagram at the Tone Jerks, posting cool shit on the reg over there. And then we have a Facebook group. Search the Tone Jerks, you'll find it. It's also linked in the description. And then also linked in there is the YouTube channel, like I had mentioned before. Subscribe. We got the weekly podcast now in video form. I'm going to probably snazz it up a little bit as we get it going, but also going to get some more videos and vlogs on there. And then if you really like what you hear, you can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And, just for the support, we wanted to give you a huge shout out, a big thank you. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got it.
Why don't you give it to...
I got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button podcast. I have Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Christ from 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and the Just Surprise Me podcast. We also have Joe from Like My Pedals, or Joseph from Like My Pedals. He was always Joseph before, by the way.
He's Joe. He's Joseph to me.
He's Joe to me. Joseph.
His friends call him Joe. He's Joseph to me.
Joe to me. Just Surprise Me from the Just Surprise Me podcast.
Joe DiMaggio. It's Joe. Something. I'm gonna delete that.
Joe DiSmashio.
Yeah,
dude.
Boom. Whoa. Oh, that looked like I was doing this. I was doing that, not. Oh,
jeez.
Well, I looked at my video. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
We have Joe from Like My Pedals, Just Surprise Me, and the Masters of the Cinematic Universe, just like Doug Christ. We have Will Lehue from the Just Surprise Me podcast. Teletalks of YouTube and Instagram fame. That is RJ Smith.
Nothing like a fucking warm White Claw.
Yeah, how long you been nursing on that one? Nurse Gower to the
for the
nurses station.
I guess some of the Patreon in this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn. Jamie Davis,
You
Johnny
fucking
Ray,
buck on a Monday.
AK. Yeah, seriously, it's Monday, dude. Chill out. It's already it's Tuesday for me. Johnny Ray, aka Howie Feltersnatch. Johnny. Nope. Sorry. Nope. That wasn't it. Jason Fuzzmonger. I just started reading. Like, pick a line.
Plays.
Yeah, it's like I read these every week too.
You probably
Steve
picked
Mike.
the smallest fucking font. Like I save space that way on my hard drive.
I do have it on 11, size 11.
Make it bigger.
Well, I want all on one page.
Yeah.
Should share my screen here too. Let's see. Dang, come on, you're killing me. Steve Mike from Hardly Human. Steve Ralph from 60 Cycle Hum. Kevin Equits from Equits Guitars. Co Schneider from the Flip and Flippers podcast.
It's like getting like derailed a little bit. And you can't get back on track. Was there ever a song?
I'm back, baby.
Was there ever a song where it's like if you fucked up, you're like, I can't get back on there?
Oh yeah, like sometimes the lyrics, like once you mess up like the first verse, you're like you sing the second verse, and then when you get to the second verse, you sing the second verse.
You're like, I'm
like, well, I'm screwed.
Bebopping and scatting here.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it all up. There's like a song for Just In Case where I only know it, which is terrible. I know it by just the pattern, not the notes, because it's like dun 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 dun, and like I'm like, the turnaround at the end is not anywhere like the first three progressions. I'm like, if you fuck that up, I'm like we were playing it, and then like it's been a while since we played it, and then Brian was just like, at least he messed up, not me, and then he's just like,
yeah, I know that feeling.
There's always a song, and we when we would have practice, we'd look at each other like, get a load of this guy, and Brian, because he was like playing, he's like, you didn't get that right until the end, did you? I'm like, yep, I missed 2 out of the 3 times we played the chorus. But anyways, yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah. Are you done talking Promise? On your podcast?
Yeah, this is my podcast now. It just happens to be at the end of your podcast.
Hands on your hip and zip your lip.
Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars. What we should do is we should do another one of these, but we pick the cities for each other, and we can pick like Nashville versus whatever, or you know,
Wonder
it's kind of fun.
New York.
I don't know.
I wonder if there's got to be a lot of. Well, no, that's really cool. We will actually put a pin in that. We want to do that again because I actually learned, and I wonder if you did too.
Put a pin in it.
A lot about Texas. There's a lot of Texas brands that are really cool.
Yeah, like, and all of them are right near me.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll have to link a lot of these in the description.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I say that because Brian Nutter is in Tennessee area.
So is Kevin. He quits.
Yep, he quits. So is that one? Was it Gibson? Yeah.
That's Mel
Chibson of Chibson Guitars.
I think he's in China.
Sean Arbo of Gun Street Wiring Shop. I got can you hear the kittens meowing in the background? See, they already know it's time to be done. Like, come on, dude.
Like, wrap it
up. Sean Fahey, Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects, Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects, Mike Oxbig. I'll say it again. Mike Oxbig! Woo! Yay! Hugh G-Rection. And is he in yet?
Is he in yet?
Is he in yet? All right. All right. Is he in yet?
Like that's just, all right.
Yeah, like it, yeah. Zach Hale, Eric Merrill from Elm Effects, Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast, from Elp Effects, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Matrix Review podcast.
Oh, jeez.
You can just listen to that podcast and you don't have to watch the movie.
Yeah, it's like... Tim Nowick from Bardic Audio Devices, Jonathan Jeruzik from 12th Hour Devices, Tyler Rhines from Tyler KC Riffs, Matthew Fenslaw, Michael McVeigh, and Matthew Davis.
There we go.
Tripping over here.
We made it.
Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate that so much.
We love you. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, we both do it, bro.
Oh, we both good, yeah.